Hello, champions. I hope you all are doing really well. See, I'm very sure you will all agree with me that if our performance in the examination has to be top notch, then our preparation also has to be top notch. And the last level in our preparation is writing tests, guys. Now, how many tests should we write? That totally depends upon how much time we have. If we have a lot of time, then even 3 to 4 tests per paper we can write. But if we don't have too much time, then minimum one test at least we should write before we walk into the examination hall, guys. Now, see, I'll tell you, there are multiple test series available out there. There are so many test series available out there, and amazing correction also they'll do and give you. Within a week's time, you'll get your corrected answer papers as well. Amazing correction quality. But one small problem, one small complaint, and that is the question paper quality. See, in the examination, when you look at the question paper, are you going to find repetitive questions? Are you going to find the same question which you already have in your ICAI study material? No. In your examination, each and every question is going to be a new question, guys. We saw even in the September 25 question paper that ICAI is literally using, artificial intelligence to make question papers. Each question is a new question. So that is why don't you think a test is going to be effective? Come on, think logically. A test is going to be effective only if the test has new questions which you have not seen in the past. Because ICAI study material questions, RTP questions, mock test paper questions, all these you would have already seen during your preparation itself. So when you're writing the test, your whole objective is to test whether you are able to apply the conceptual knowledge which you have gained in new questions or not. So that is the kind of questions I should be giving you, right? New questions which you've never seen before. Because even in the examination, in those 3 hours, you will expect yourself to apply your conceptual knowledge in a new question. You will have an expectation from yourself that in those 3 hours, I should be able to draft an answer to a new question also. From point 1 till the last point, I should be able to write on my own. I should be able to think on my own and draft on my own. Now, this net practice only I want to give you once before you enter into the examination hall, and that is why with this objective I've brought in these test series, guys. What are the objectives? There are totally 3 objectives, okay? Objective number 1 is that I want to give you new questions which you have never seen in the past, because that is the kind of questions which you will be getting in the examination. Objective number 2, I don't want to give you easy questions. I want to give you nice challenging questions, because only then will you learn something new out of these tests. Because you understand, guys, when you're writing a test, okay, you're investing time, and you're investing really crucial time, because generally you write tests in the last 15-20 days before the examination, which is really crucial time. So if I'm going to take some time out of that of yours, and if I'm going to ask you to do my question papers, I better ensure that my question papers have something new for you to learn. There should be some takeaway for you from the question papers. So these question papers are going to be challenging question papers, guys. Each question is going to be a new question, something which you've never seen in the past, but the level of the question is going to be nice and high. Understanding, each question will be testing you on those adjustments where you generally tend to make a silly mistake. Each question will be testing you on those provisions where you generally tend to make an interpretational mistake. Each question will test you on those adjustments which you generally tend to overlook, or you don't even notice. So those kind of adjustments, those kind of questions I have put into these question papers. And the third objective behind me making these test series is that you are already spending so much on classes. Now that is why I don't want you to spend again on test series. I want to make them absolutely free for you. Whether you are my student, whether you are not my student, it doesn't matter. The test series are going to be available absolutely for free for each of you. And see, I know for a fact that the common human mindset is that if something is available for free, we think it is not of much value. But guys, I can throw an open challenge at you. If you do even one question paper, okay, you will come back and you will tell me that you felt that the whole experience was even better than the experience that you have even with paid test series. You will yourself come back and tell me. It's an open challenge, guys, that your whole that the question paper level, the kind of questions that were tested were even better. The quality was even better than all the paid test series out there. Open challenge for you. Okay, so you just got to trust me enough to be able to take up these test series. That's all what I'm asking of you. And see, okay, I'll tell you one more thing. I was under no obligation to make these question papers because they are absolutely for free. I did not have any timeline that I have to finish by so and so date. So I took my own sweet time. And I did not delegate this whole process of making the questions to anybody else. Whether MCQ questions, whether a descriptive question, I did it on my own. So because of this, guys, I am myself surprised at the kind of quality each question has. All right, and you will see the hard work on your own when I show you the question papers, when I show you the answer papers. You will yourself see the kind of hard work. It will be so evident in both the question papers and in the answer sheets. Alright, now before I tell you a lot more in detail about this, let me answer a few common questions. First of all, these tests are going to be for two subjects. One is going to be for law and the other for DT. Then how many tests? You'll have 4 tests in law and 4 tests in DT. Each test in DT will be for 50 marks. Each test in law will be for 50 marks. But the last test of law will be for full 100 marks. Okay. Now each test will cover what part of your syllabus. Continue watching, you will understand. Now what kind of questions? I've already told you this. This is not going to be a repetition of the ICAI questions. They're all going to be, each of them is going to be a new question. The kind of a question which, the same level which we saw in the September 25 exams, that kind of level, institute level, or maybe a little more than that. Then comes the next question. I have studied law or DT from some other faculty. Will the test still benefit me? Yes, guys, it doesn't matter from whom you've studied. The question paper is going to be the same for all of you. So it doesn't matter from whom you've studied. You are going to get immensely benefited out of these tests. Trust me when I say that. The test will be free for all. Whether you've been my student or not doesn't matter. They will be free for all. Now, what about evaluation? Evaluation will be self-evaluation. But when I say self-evaluation, it doesn't mean, I'm going to leave it on you to, do the whole thing on your own. No, a very guided approach you will be given. Continue watching the video till the very end. You will understand how the evaluation will be. The evaluation, even one question paper, in the manner in which I'm asking you to do, I'll show you the manner. If even one question paper you write the test properly, and if you do one correction on your own, you will understand how ICAI will correct the answer paper. And once you have that understanding, when you're writing in the examination, you will know exactly what to write so that you meet the expectation of the examiner. Okay, trust me when I say this, the way in which I've made the self-evaluation process, okay, it's going to make your way of answering questions in the examination very different, because you will know now exactly where will you lose marks. You will know where exactly ICAI is expecting you to write what, and this whole process will be like the cherry on the top for you. So continue watching the video now for two things. Thing number one, each question paper will be for how many marks and for what syllabus, and then how the whole evaluation process will be, and lastly, where will you find all of these question papers and the answer sheets. Continue watching the video till the end to get an understanding of all of that. I've arranged these tests in the form of 4 question papers. Okay, like for example, in DT you will have 4 question papers. In law you will have 4 question papers. In DT, the first question paper will be covering a basic chapter, basically your tax rates, your surcharge, marginal relief, all that, agricultural income including partial integration method, residential status, salaries, and IFHB. Your second test will once again be basics, once again salaries, and PGBP capital gains. Test 3 and test 4 will be full syllabus each. Each test will be for 50 marks, because even your final examination DT will be for 50 marks. Okay. And even in these tests, I've tried to maintain the same ratio of 15 marks of MCQs, basically 30% MCQs and 70% descriptive. That same ratio I've tried to maintain even in these tests. Alright, so this will be your 4 DT tests. Now when it comes to law, even here you will be having 4 tests, 4 question papers. The first question paper will be Companies Act till deposits, basically your basics, preliminary chapter, incorporation chapter, MOA, AOA, doctrines, then your prospectus, share capital, and deposits. Till here will be your first test. Second test will be Remaining Companies Act, charges, management and administration, dividend, accounts, auditors, and companies incorporated outside India. Then your third test will be just LLP Act and other laws, and fourth will be full syllabus. Here if you see, the first 3 tests will be for 50 marks each, and the last test will be for full 100 marks. Okay, and especially this 4th test is the most important test over here. The reason being, in this test I've tried to make the question paper in the same pattern in which ICAI's question paper will be. Like we have a pattern, right, that the first question will be Companies Act, and one question on FEMA. Then the second last, I'll show you the pattern. As I take you to the question papers one by one, I'll show you the pattern. So this 4th question paper especially is really important, because it will be in the same pattern in which ICAI will be testing you. Okay, so you will end up having 32 questions in DT, 55 questions in law, covering case-based questions and descriptive questions. So this is going to be your, last minute super effective resource. So now let me show you where is the questions file. You'll come to the website levelupwithanushree.com. You'll come to the free resources. In free resources, you will have 2 folders here, one for law and one for income tax. So when you open the law folder, you'll find this forecast test series for law. So the Google Drive folder will open. You'll have one folder for each test. Now inside each folder you'll have the question paper as well, the answer sheet as well. Okay, now similarly when it comes to DT as well, you will find the forecast test series DT in the free resources itself. When you click at it, your 4 folders will be visible right in front of you. Now see everybody, like let me show you one test. Let's say test 2. Now test 2, this was basic salaries, PGBP and capital gains. So first of all you will find the MCQs. So in this test there are 2 case based MCQs. The first MCQ has 1 2 3 4 subdivisions under it. The second one has 4 subdivisions under it. Okay, so first you have the MCQs and then you have the descriptive questions one by one. All right, so once you are done with this, once you are done with the test, you will need answers. You will need to check your test. So for that you will find the self-evaluation answer sheet over here itself. Now these are not suggested answers. These are not the kind of suggested answers which ICAI puts for you on its website. It's not like that. So what I've done over here is I've tried making it like the examiner's answer key. Now when it comes to MCQs, you'll find the solution, okay, with the options, which option is correct along with all the workings. So I've not just put which option is correct. I've also shown you the working, that how to arrive at that particular option. So when it comes to MCQ, it is fine. And yes, I've also, tried classifying the questions as medium, hard, max, and easy and all of that. But the USP, the best part about these answer keys are that they are not like ICAI suggested answers where they straight away give you the answer. It is more like the answer key which ICAI sends to the examiners for paper correction. If you look at the examiner's answer key, which is different from suggested answers for your information, that answer key gives a breakup of even 0.5 marks. If this is written, give 0.5 marks. If this is written, give 0.5 marks. So if you've scored a 50 or if you've scored a 60, that 60 is nothing but a total of all these 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 put together only, you get that 60. So to help you in that regard, I've made this answers file not like the suggested answers of ICAI, but like the answer key of ICAI. So you will find the breakup, like if these 4 conditions are written, then 1 mark. If this number has, if this 17 lakh, if this 1 crore 76 lakh 87,500, if this number's calculation is correct, give 1 mark. If this, whichever is lesser has been picked, give 0.5 marks. So you're understanding, I've given a proper breakup of the marks. So this way what will happen is, when even if one answer paper, if you do properly, if you time yourself, let's say 1.5 hours for one DT paper, even one DT paper if you solve, okay, in that 1.5 hours, and then if you do this correction on your own, you will know exactly how ICAI will correct. And once you have that realization, when you're doing in the examination, you will know how to solve in the answer paper, so that your answer paper meets the expectation of the examiner. Okay, so I've given you the same 0.5 marks allocation. Like if this reversible disallowance point is written, give half a mark. If this calculation is correct, give 1 mark. So this entire breakup has been given. So this is why I was telling you that you will realize the effort that has gone in when you look at the answer sheets. When you look at the questions, you will yourself realize that these are not just another set of questions compiled together and given to you. No, these are very well thought of. Each question, new question, each question having new adjustments. Like for example, to be even more specific, when it comes to DT, you will find leave salary in 2 question papers, okay? In test 1 also, in test 2 also, in both you will find leave salary. In leave salary, if you see, the most important adjustment is how do you calculate earned leave. In both the tests, different ways of computing earned leave will be involved. So by doing both of these leave salary questions, you will be done with leave salary entire learning from exam point of view. So those kind of questions I've brought in over here, guys. Okay, so this is with respect to DT. And one more thing, let me tell you, like any answer sheet if you take, like let's say test 3, if you come to the descriptive part, okay, this is the descriptive part. Now like the first total income question of this test 3 is hard and lengthy. So whatever presentation you will find over here, I've put it in the same presentation manner in which you will be doing it even in the examination. That's why if you see, I've not used 2 colors. The whole answer is in black only, exactly in the same manner, with all the notes, with all the working notes. Presentation is exactly how you will be doing it in the examination. Alright, so even that has been taken care of. Now coming to the next discussion, similarly let's talk about law. Now when it comes to law, here also you will find the 4 tests, guys. Let's come to the test 4. See, here the answer sheet is slightly different. I'll tell you what is different. First, look at the question paper. Here, this is that 100 marks test, that last test, the 4th test. This is that one, okay, what I'm showing you right now. Yes, I know that the video is having a little yellow zombie effect over here. Don't you dare troll me about this. Listen to me. So, talking about the 4th law test over here, there are case study based MCQs, 30 marks MCQs over here, and even the case based MCQs are new, guys. You will find new stories, you will read them exactly like how you will expect yourself to read in the examination. Under the story, you will have 3 to 4 questions, MCQs, and you will keep moving on. Okay, so you'll have your 30 marks of MCQs, and then your descriptive questions will start. Now listen to me. This descriptive questions of this test are in the same pattern in which your ICAI's examination question papers are. Like, for example, every question paper, if you see at the intermediate level in the new syllabus, the first question will be, the compulsory question will have Companies Act, second question also Companies Act, and the third subdivision will be FEMA. Right, guys, the compulsory question will have 3 parts, right? The first subdivision will be Companies Act, second subdivision will be Companies Act, third subdivision will be FEMA. So that same format I've tried following. In the second question, if you see, the first question will be Companies Act, the second question will also be Companies Act, and the third question will be from General Clauses Act. So even over here in the same pattern I have followed. So the pattern of the question paper, especially the 4th test of law, is the same pattern as the ICAI CA intermediate law question paper pattern. Okay, now the third question, if you see, you will be having one question from Companies Act, second question will also be Companies Act, but third will be interpretation of statutes. That's how it is, that's how the pattern is. So same thing I've done for you even over here. So but then now coming to the answer sheet. So this is a question paper. Coming to the answer sheet, even for law, the same thing I have done, the 0.5, 0.5, that breakup I have given. I have not given you just a suggested answer, I have given you the answer key over here. But see, this is theory. So correction will be slightly different. Whatever are the keywords, those keywords you will find in red. All the answers even over here are as per proper presentation, guys, exactly the kind of presentation which you will be doing even in the examination. Okay, but all the keywords I've put in red. So if, like, for example, over here, if this keyword is there, you get the marks. Understanding? So this is how you will be first doing the test, first writing it, and then when you're correcting the answer paper, when you're doing the self-evaluation, it'll be very simple for you. Even if you're deciding not to do the test, by looking at the answer paper, you will get to know what kind of keywords are they expecting from you. The full sentence can be in your own words, but the main keyword alone has to be there. Okay, guys, you'll understand. Have a look at these files and you'll understand, you'll get a very good clarity. Alright, guys, so this is it about the entire discussion that I wanted to have with you. But please do let me know if you actually benefited from these series or not. I'm very sure, guys, this will enhance your preparation to a different level altogether. You know, it's like that cherry on the top. I've done preparation. Now that final touch, that is what these papers will help you with. Okay, so with this, I think I'll close over here. I hope you find them as beneficial as I think they will be for you. Bye bye, guys. All the best.